Szevasztok! Széltoló vagyok a LootMastaZ-tól, és ez itt még mindig a Strategic Mind Pacific. Mindenek előtt ismételten szolgálati közleménnyel kell, hogy indítsak. Az amerikai kampánynak a Leyte öböl szcenáriója, hát hogy fogalmazzak, iszonyat bebaglódott, de olyan szinten, hogy pont úgy jártam, mint a Blitzkriegnél, hogy esélytelen folytatnom, akárhányszor próbáltam, kidobált, úgyhogy úgy döntöttem, hogy azt föl se veszem, vagyis hogy hát nem töltöm föl. Alkalomattán meg fogok próbálkozni egy reinstallal, hogy azt talán segít megoldani a problémát, pont úgy, mint a Blitzkriegben, de ez egyelőre innen munkáról nem megoldható. Úgyhogy a következő hátsó kapura nézzünk rá, és elkezdjük azt, amit eddig még távolról se néztem meg, sőt nagy évben elkerültem, de egy esélyt mindenképpen kaphat, méghozzá a japán kampány, a Nippon. Na nézzük.
Since time immemorial, the Japanese were renowned warriors, stalwart, honorable, and bound by duty. However, the 20th century came, and proud descendants of Yamato state found themselves overshadowed by the world's superpowers, the United States and the British Empire. Striving to become their equal, the Empire of Japan began to amass military strength and quickly ran into a dire shortage of resources. It led to conquering the territories of China and Indochina. The United States and its allies were quick to react, condemning Japan as a warmonger and putting an embargo on all strategic resources imported by Japan. Hull's note was soon to follow, putting an ultimatum to the Japanese government. Leave all newly conquered territories or suffocate due to a trade embargo. You, as Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, the commander-in-chief of the combined fleet, have to carry out the Emperor's order and wage war against the United States and its allies in the Pacific Ocean. You understand that this is an insurmountable undertaking, as the enemy economic power is tenfold and its numeric advantage on the sea is too overwhelming. Yet none of it is a valid reason to forego your duty before His Majesty the Emperor and your country. Bound by honor, you come up with a desperate plan of how to equalize the forces.
Föltételezem, hogy szóval Isoroku Yamamoto admirálissal fogunk játszani, aki lényegileg a lángészolt a Pearl Harbor-i események mögött, és abszolút nem lepődnék meg, ha azzal is indítana a játék. Úgyhogy áttörünk rajtuk. Így. És hadd menjen. Vannak ám főütegek, basszus.
Admiral Yamamoto, reporting the results of the exercises. All targets were hit. During the past few months, our pilots have improved the effectiveness of their torpedo attacks significantly.
Good. I will personally express our gratitude. for their distinguished service.
Fighter pilots are asking for permission to use aerobatics during training flights and military exercises. Previously, we have forbidden such training due to a high mortality rate among pilots.
Permission granted. If the war breaks out and our pilots are ill-prepared, we will have many more deaths. They should train rigorously.
Yes, sir.
My, how beautiful the blossoming Sakura is. Do you not think so, Yamamoto? It has already started to blossom while our Navy is still resisting any decisive actions against the United States.
The Sakura blossom is magnificent indeed, but soon its flowers will fall. Would not the whole of Japan fall as well if we enter the hopeless war against the United States and Great Britain, Army Minister Tojo?
The Army is sworn to protect the Emperor, but without fuel we cannot perform our duty. Thus, we need to occupy Indochina and utilize its oil production.
That action will only worsen the situation. I am afraid as of now, 80% of our fuel is imported from the US. If we invade Indochina, we will get a powerful enemy and still be left without fuel.
So what? Do we have to keep dancing to the Yankees' tune? Absolutely not! We cannot wait for their wretched pittance. We must take what is necessary to protect our Emperor and our homeland without paying attention to anyone else.
The Navy as a whole and myself personally stand firmly against the war with the United States. They will immediately be joined by Great Britain and the Netherlands. Their combined forces are too powerful.
Our samurai spirit and faith in the Emperor will help us overcome any foe.
Ez idióta.
I see it as a not well considered childishness. Only the personal command of the Emperor, whom I faithfully serve, will make me lead the Navy against the United States.
Japanese troops invaded southern French Indochina on July the 28th, 1941. In response, the U.S. government imposed trade sanctions on Japan, including the freezing of Japanese assets in the United States and the embargo of oil exports to Japan.
The whole note. It is preposterous. How many more insults do we have to endure? The Yankees want to keep us on a leash, put us in a doghouse, only to be fed their leftovers. This is equal to a declaration of war.
You have become a prime minister, General Tojo, but have not become more prudent. Did you really expect the United States to ignore our occupation of Indochina? A wise man will always find a way to avoid...
Admiral Yamamoto, can you not finally understand? If we succumb to the United States without a fight, we will surely become just one more state in the United States, and the Japanese nation will be lost forever. Whereas, if we accept the fight, uneven as it may be, then even if we lose, our descendants will be able to revive Japan and keep on living while holding their heads high.
It is not you who will be dying, General Tojo. It is Japanese youth.
If necessary, I am more than ready to give my own life for the Emperor, our country, and its future.
And who gave you the right to decide for the whole of Japan?
His Majesty the Emperor has decreed that we develop and execute an attack against the United States fleet in order to protect our interests in the Pacific Ocean.
I will comply with the Emperor's will. I expect that we will officially declare war on the U.S. right before the beginning of our attack. We must not dishonor our country in the whole world's eyes.
I think you have a point, Admiral. I will make sure to warn our diplomats.
Admiral Yamamoto, the Navy headquarters have devised a plan of attack on Pearl Harbor according to your instructions. Our first air fleet will annihilate the U.S. Pacific Fleet with one decisive blow.
I consider it my duty to remind you that I always consider this fancy plan of yours an unjustified gamble. We must proceed with time-tested methods, not some fantasies.
Time-tested methods are great if the opponents have equal strength. We, on the other hand, have to make a miracle for Japan to come out victorious after this war.
Aye, aye, Admiral.
Ugaki, please provide our diplomats with the exact timing of the upcoming attack. They have to make public our declaration of war before we begin the attack.
Consider it done.
Tomorrow I have to leave Tokyo together with my fleet. I cannot say where we are headed, but I won't be back for quite a while. I'm afraid that food shortages will soon begin all over Japan. With this, you will not starve.
Yamamoto-san is too kind to me. I will miss you so much. Please, write to me as often as you can. Your letters are always so wonderful.
I definitely will. You too should not forget your good old Yamamoto.
From Prime Minister Tojo to Admiral Yamamoto. The die is cast. The great Japanese nation is going to war to protect its sovereign land and legitimate interests from this insidious enemy's assault. Japan has never confronted such a powerful and dangerous adversary as the USA. However, with the help of the gods, we'll carry out our plan. The samurai spirit and willingness to sacrifice will lead us to victory. The Emperor has entrusted you, Admiral Yamamoto, with the combined fleet, as you are the most dignified and skillful naval commander. The fleet is facing the task of great importance, and the fate of the nation depends on your command. Now you must deal a sudden, devastating blow to the enemy, which they will not be able to recover from. I order you to start the operation with full confidence in the power of the Imperial fleet and in the blessings of ancient spirits on your noble mission. Glory to the Emperor!
Admiral Chuichi Nippon, commander of the task force speaking. We are now within striking distance from Pearl Harbor. No activity of the American fleet is detected. I request to clarify the tactical situation and the location of the targets utilizing the latest intelligence.
Great, Admiral Nagumo. Now my Chief of Staff, Admiral Matome Ugaki, will provide you with relevant data.
According to the provisionally adopted plan, we must defeat the forces of the U.S. Pacific Fleet, concentrated in Pearl Harbor, with a sudden and powerful blow from our carrier-based aircraft. At the same time as the airstrike, our submarines should secretly enter the harbor and torpedo the enemy ships. Unfortunately, both U.S. Pacific Fleet carriers left Pearl Harbor a few days ago. Their current location is unknown. However, according to the intelligence reports, the 8 battleships that constitute the U.S. fleet's essential strength are compactly concentrated in the eastern part of the harbor. In order to weaken the enemy's forces enough, we must sink at least 4 of them. Although, it would be preferable to have all of them destroyed. Also, it is crucial to neutralize American aviation. It is an easy target now, as it is concentrated at the airfields. I suggest you bomb them before the majority of the enemy planes can get airborne. Besides ships and planes, the infrastructure must become our next goals. The enemy's northern, central, and southern oil storage facilities, the shipyard, and the power plant in Pearl City. I would like to stress again that Pearl Harbor must be struck suddenly and severely. We should not give the enemy a chance to recover and organize effective defense. There are radar systems in the north of Oahu. With the help of those, the enemy can see our forces from a distance. This has to be considered during the operation. That's all.
Well then, I command to start the attack. And may our ancestor spirits be with us.
Na, tehát. Hú, bakker kulcs. Miből élünk? Rezervám nincs. Azt mondja, hogy van 2 romboló, 2 szállító, 2 romboló, 2 szállító, és a tenger alatt járok. Hát jó. Nézzük, milyen repülőgépeink
The
vannak.
forces are comprised of both core and non-core units.
Ezt elmondtad már, köszönjük. Mi ez a D3?
Those bombs are quite dangerous, you know?
Dive bomber, torpedo bomber.
What should be destroyed next? Are we fully loaded?
Do not underestimate us.
Those bombs are quite dangerous, you know? Those bombs are quite dangerous, you know?
Nincsenek vadászgépeink.
We surpass pathetic gaijins in
2-0.
everything.
A tactical bomber is here.
We have more guns than the entire enemy
Van
fleet,
összesen 2 darab
if you include
zérunk.
aircraft.
Hát ez tudományos fantasztikum, basszus.
Ammunition and fuel icons next to you.
Kus.
No one can stop me, except for you.
Szóval vannak parti ütegek.
Our American friends have panicked. We are intercepting their messages. SOS. We have been attacked by the Japanese. Japanese aircraft have reached Oahu. And this is real. This is a Japanese attack.
Looks like those Japanese have ruined the Americans' day off. If the battleships are the muscle of the Imperial Navy, we are its brain. I hope the sacred spirits will bestow their blessings on us. We surpass pathetic gaijins in everything.
We bring death on our wings. Things are going to explode.
Oké.
Those bombs are quite dangerous.
Kellene valahogy
The Imperial fleet knows no defeat.
földerítenem.
Always first.
Ships consist of various ship parts such as
Tudjuk, köszönjük.
Those bombs are heavy.
Torpedóromboló.
Poor souls. Wow, that was a tremendous explosion.
Vagytok ám.
All systems operational.
The enemy's gonna have a tough time. There better be targets.
We have more guns than the entire enemy fleet, if you include aircraft.
Tactical bombers are flying artillery. Damage is indicated with the numbers above the unit being attacked.
There better be targets.
All systems operational.
Ez már nem ér el ide.
Be careful with the bombs. Imperial Air Service. Carrying bombs to enemy lines. We bring death on our wings.
Carrier-based aircraft is different from ordinary aviation, as it can land and take off from carrier.
Just show us the target. Searching for the enemy.
Jöhetünk innen is.
I'm in position.
We carry the deadly arrows of the Emperor. Are there new orders from our godly Emperor?
Those bombs are heavy. Those bombs are heavy. Let's lose some weight. We bring death on our wings. Bow to the gifts of the Empire. A tactical bomber is here. Bombs away. We have
Be advised, 4 American battleships have been sunk.
Thank you for your great job, Admiral Nagumo. After losing half their battleships, the enemy fleet does not pose a big threat to us anymore.
Those bombs are heavy. Will there be fighters covering us? Bombs away!
If the battleships are the muscle of the Imperial Navy, we are its brain.
Are we fully loaded? Bow to the gifts of the Empire. The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident. Their days are numbered. The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident. The enemy's gonna have a tough time. Be careful with the bombs. Things are going to explode.
7/8. Ezt itt tudom adni.
The submarine is an invisible enemy unless it is detected via sonar. It can make powerful attacks with torpedoes and then instantly retreat to avoid detection. Torpedoes deal damage exclusively to ship hull, thus being a very effective tool to make quick work of damaging or destroying an enemy ship.
Imperial submarine here. No one will notice our approach. Too bad for them.
Nagyszerű. Ez így első körnek egészen szolid volt. Nézzük, mit lépnek az amik.
Are we fully loaded?
Ó, hogy már is én vagyok ismét. Jó.
Be careful with the bombs. Explosion.
All the enemy's battleships are sunk. Incredible.
We would never have achieved such a result had we let the Americans prepare for the battle. Now I see that the plan of a sudden attack on Pearl Harbor was the only right one.
Bombs, away. Just a few moments, and we'll be there.
Látszik, hogy
Those bombs are quite
torpedóvetőkkel.
dangerous, you know? The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident. Bow to the gifts of the Empire.
Jó.
Be careful with the bombs.
Látszik, hogy torpedóvetőkkel nem megyek
What should be destroyed next?
semmire.
Are we
A
fully loaded?
rombolók ellen.
Bow to the gifts of the Empire. Just a few moments, and we'll be there. Those bombs are heavy.
Úgyhogy
What should be destroyed next? Be careful with the bombs.
muszájommal.
Imperial Air Service. A tactical bomber is here.
Hát cseh,
Be
ez már
careful
meg
with the
mindegyik
bombs.
torpedós.
We bring death on our wings. Bow to the...
This is an enemy unit. Right click on it for more information.
Kap már be.
Our guns are always ready. They will pay in blood.
What should be destroyed next?
Most a probléma ott van, hogy okés ezek a torpedórombolók. Ezek jól vannak így, ahogy vannak. De az a probléma velük,
We will not let the Emperor down.
hogy nem jók semmire.
The weight
Már
of our
ami
bombs
a
makes me feel more
szárazföldi,
confident. There better be targets.
ami a szárazföldi ütközetet illeti.
Be careful with the bombs. Will there be fighters covering us? The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident. Will there be fighters covering us?
Nem lesz pajtás, nem lesz.
Are we fully loaded? Just a few moments, and we'll be there. Be careful with the bombs. Carrying bombs to enemy lines. The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident. Is someone observing that area? Are we fully loaded? Just a few moments, and we'll be there. The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident. Approaching. Those bombs are heavy. Approaching.
Így, né? És akkor nézzük, csak van még egy zérónk.
Fighter planes are vital for gaining air superiority. Keep your fighters
Kusba legyél már.
Are there any targets?
Those bombs are heavy.
We deliver death.
We bring death on our wings. You can't hide from the blast waves.
Így, és
The
akkor
weight of our
van
bombs
itt.
makes me feel more confident. Let's lose some weight.
Jó.
I miss the fresh air. Beneath the waves. Death from below. Ugh, I like rice, but could we eat something else for a change? Launch torpedoes! Where are the sea wolves? Here they are, exploring the area. Oh? How'd you see us? Where are your eyes, or our godly emperor?
Jó. Tehát... Le kell bombáznunk a repülőtereket. Nem kell lebombáznunk a repülőtereket, hanem meg kell várni, hogy felszálljanak a repülők, úgy látszik. Ez a shipyard, power station, oil tank, oil tank, oil tank. Vajon...
A destroyer is an escort ship equipped with medium caliber naval guns, anti-aircraft guns,
esélytelen, hogy én
torpedoes, and
átlőjek oda.
anti-submarine depth charges. It is inferior to capital ships in terms of combat potential. However,
Kapd már be. Mi ez? Miért nincsen most éjszaka üzemmód?
Those bombs are heavy.
Na, úgy látszik, hogy... Úgy látszik, hogy bedolgozta magát a légvédelmük.
Poor souls. A tactical bomber is here. Bombs away.
Most mi van már megint?
Be careful with the bombs. Wow, that's a hit. Those bombs are heavy.
Hol vagy, Gecman? Ott vagy.
The sky is like an ocean, and we...
what?
Are we fully loaded? You can't hide from the blast waves. Imperial Air Service. Oh, that hurts. Approaching. What should be destroyed next?
Na, hol az a power station?
Explosions look like the rising sun. Good morning. Carrying bombs to enemy lines.
We deliver death.
Imperial Air Service.
Szóval, hogy a légvédelmek
Only a few
elkezdtek.
bombs left. Prepare to disengage.
Aircraft carrier, or simply carrier, is a mobile floating airfield at your disposal. Each carrier can carry several aircraft units on board. You can see the exact carry capacity in its combat parameters. It also has a huge storage of ammunition and fuel on board, which is
Only a few bombs left. Prepare to disengage.
No one can escape our fire.
Jó, te is gyere haza.
We are the fastest.
What should be destroyed next?
The warriors of the sky are at your command. Always first.
Only a few bombs left. Prepare to disengage. We're going to...
your aircraft are out of ammunition. In order to rearm, the aircraft has to land in an airfield within supply zone. Carrier-based aircraft can use carriers as an airfield.
Explosions look like the rising sun. Good morning. Those bombs are heavy. The enemy's gonna have a tough time. Is someone observing that area?
Where are the sea wolves?
Földerítőik vannak, de hát ezekkel nem megyek semmire.
I can't wait any longer. Here they are.
Kitámadni nem bírok.
Only a few bombs left. Prepare to disengage.
Your aircraft is running out of fuel. In order to refuel, the aircraft has to land in an airfield within a supply zone. Carrier-based aviation can use carriers as an airfield.
We are the heart of the Imperial Navy, no matter what the battleships say. If the battleships are the muscle of the Imperial Navy, we are its brain.
Our strength is in numbers of dead enemies. Target acquired. Observing the horizon.
Jó.
Bombs are gone. Let's get back to base.
Ó, basszus, ezek nagyon tele vannak.
We carry the deadly arrows of the Emperor.
Bombs are gone. Let's get back to base. Here we come. Will there be fighters covering us? Only a few bombs left. Prepare to disengage. Is someone observing that area? Only a few bombs left. Prepare to disengage. Here we come.
Who do you want me to kill? Already there. We deliver death. The enemy is close. I can feel his fear.
Oké.
Those bombs are quite dangerous, you know? Those bombs are heavy. Things are going to explode.
Tiszta kár, hogy a többi egységem az
We
meg.
bring death on our wings.
Most vajon, ha leszedem, nem bírom diszkardolni menet közben? Fene essen bele. Ha ezt teszem föl rá, akkor bírok szárazföldre támadni vele.
Poor souls. Be careful with the bombs.
Rádobjuk, diszkardoljuk.
Let's lose some weight.
Nagyszerű, hát így mindjárt szebb a helyzet.
We have more guns than the entire enemy fleet, if you include aircraft.
A tactical bomber is here.
Tank, acquire, discard. Zseniális.
Bow to the gifts of the Empire. Carrying bombs to enemy lines. Those bombs are heavy.
Hát ha van egy ilyen kis bug a játékban, vagy ez nem is tudom, hogy mi bug, ez egy ilyen kihasználható
Bow to the gifts of the
technikai
Empire.
lehetőség,
There better be targets.
akkor hülyék
What
lennénk
should
nem
be destroyed
használni.
next?
Mert fene már a torpedója jó voltak a hajók ellen, de itt most semmi szükségünk nincsen rá.
Bombs away.
Ellenben minden
Is someone
másra
observing
annál
that
inkább.
area?
We will not let the Emperor down. With our aircraft, it is not necessary to come close to the enemy.
Így.
Their days are numbered. Here we come. What should be destroyed next? The enemy's gonna have a tough time.
Do not underestimate us. If the battleships are the muscle of the Imperial Navy, we are its brain.
If you say so.
We will not let the Emperor down.
Imperial Air Service. Bow to the gifts of the Empire. Carrying bombs to enemy lines. A tactical bomber is here. The enemy's gonna have a tough time. Here we come.
Jó. Úgy vélem, hogy akkor ezt a kört kimaxoltuk.
Those bombs are quite dangerous, you know?
Na most joggal merülhet fel a kérdés, hogy mit kezdjek.
Your orders.
By shelling the enemy airfield, you can also damage aircraft units located there. Enemy aircraft are much easier to eliminate on the ground than in the air.
Your enemy. Should we open fire?
The Imperial fleet knows no defeat. I hope the sacred spirits will bestow their blessings on us.
Are we fully loaded? Bombs, away! Carrying bombs to enemy lines. Are we fully loaded? We're going to send them our generous gifts. Imperial Air Service. Will there be fighters covering us? Are we fully loaded? Poor souls.
We have incapacitated the power station in Pearl City as we were ordered. I hope the result is worth the ammunition wasted.
So, you consider the attack on the onshore facilities a waste of resources? Don't forget that the destruction of the power station will leave all the military installations of Pearl Harbor without power for at least a few months. This will severely limit the enemy's ability to use the base.
Jó. Maradt még ez. Meg a shipyard. Meg hol van még, meg itt van még egy röptér. Még egy röptér. Jó, akkor ezek az egységek fognak rámenni a központi röptérre. És hol van az olajtank? Ez ki lett lőve, itt van az olajtank, és itt van nem messze tőle a...
Those bombs are heavy. The enemy's gonna have a tough time. Will there be fighters covering us? A tactical bomber is here. Bow to the gifts of the Empire. We bring death on our wings. The enemy's gonna have a tough time. The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident.
We have destroyed the shipyard according to the plan, although I do not consider this objective our priority. It would be much more useful to attack the enemy's fleet, not the shore.
I understand your point of view. However, I'm sure that as soon as our fleet leaves, the Americans will start repairing their damaged ships. Destruction of the plant will definitely hamper the process.
Jó.
Be careful with the bombs. A tactical bomber is here. Explosions look like the rising sun. Good morning. The weight of our bombs makes me feel more confident. Poor souls. There better be targets. Are we fully loaded? We're going to send them our generous gifts. We bring death on our wings. Let's lose some weight.
All the American oil tanks are bombed out.
We have achieved an important strategic success. These fuel stocks would have lasted for 10 months in an all-out war for the whole U.S. Pacific Fleet. Without them, Pearl Harbor becomes practically useless for the Americans.
Nagyon jó.
No one can escape our fire. A fighter here.
We bring death on our wings. Things are going to explode.
A franc, essen már beléd is. Jó. Egészen tűrhetően vagyunk.
They're dead.
All systems operational. Our aircraft can destroy any target. They thought that we were an easy target, didn't they?
The American air unit on Oahu has ceased to be a serious fighting force. In my estimation, we have destroyed more than half its planes.
It's good to hear that one of the most important operations goals has been reached. From Admiral Yamamoto to Prime Minister Tojo. Be advised that the operation against Pearl Harbor was a complete success. Our strike force is coming back with a victory.
From Prime Minister
No.
Tojo to Admiral Yamamoto. Convey my compliments to all members of the strike force. This is a great day for the Imperial Navy. I am now convinced that our naval power is in good hands. I have no doubt that, thanks to you and your valiant men, the enemy fleet will soon be destroyed and driven from the regions of the seas so vital to the Empire.
Az nem fog megtörténni. Order of the German Eagle +2 air attack to the HQ unit granted by Germany. Jó.
We did it. The Americans could not even grasp what was happening by the time we sunk their battleships. If we keep going, the victory is not far off. Long live His Majesty the Emperor!
It is a victory. However, our main goal, the destruction of the enemy carriers, was not achieved.
Admiral Yamamoto, we have just been informed that our diplomats in Washington delivered the declaration of war 1 hour after our attack.
This is unimaginable! Our diplomatic service has brought unthinkable dishonor upon the Emperor and the people of Japan. We had to declare war on the United States before the attack. While our pilots and seamen have demonstrated combat valor and heroism of the highest esteem, our diplomats have stained our valiant effort with indelible shame. All right, what's done is done. Command Admiral Nagumo to attack Midway on his way back. We must not lose the initiative.
Aye, aye, Admiral.
The commander of the combined fleet, Admiral Yamamoto, has ordered you to attack Midway immediately, sir.
I am the commander of the First Air Fleet, and it is for me to decide whether it is expedient to attack or not. We will not do that. Our fleet has just sunk more than half of the U.S. Pacific Fleet, and after that, we are ordered to bomb some useless atoll? This is as if a sumo wrestler has just become a champion and was immediately sent to buy some groceries at the nearest market. It is unthinkable. I will not tolerate such disregard for me and my men. You can tell this to Admiral Yamamoto himself.
Aye, aye, Admiral.
Kötekednek itt egymással, mind a hülyék. Na jó. Okkés, fiúk, lányok és egyéb váltónemű LootMastaZ követők. Ennyi voltunk akkor mára a Strategic Mind Pacific japán kampányával. Megcsináltuk az első küldetést. A következő videóban pedig felkészülünk a következőre. Ami... hadd lássuk, hogy mi lesz. Azt mondja, Fülöp-szigetek. Hol is van az a Fülöp-szigetek? Itt van. Tehát ezt kell majd elfoglalnunk, kibővítenünk nyugat felé a birodalmat. Jó, 10% presztízs bónuszt kapok, azért mert mind a 8 csatahajót elsüllyesztettem, nem csak 4-et. Jó, oké, és fiúk, lányok és egyéb váltónemű LootMastaZ követők, akkor ennyi volt tényleg mára, és akkor találkozunk a következő videókban, és addig pedig legyetek jók, vigyázzatok egymásra, vigyázzatok magatokra, vigyázzatok mindenkire, én pedig még mindig széltoló voltam. Na, szevasztok!